Okay,
Just, like,
cool.
I'll ask you some silly questions and things, but it's all just like our viewers kind of like to have a bit of fun. So
Yeah, good.
Yeah, man. You good? What are you up to for the rest of it?
It's more shit like this. Interviews,
Yeah, you
speeches.
got lots of interviews coming up.
Yeah, and then be done by Thursday, and then go back to Singapore.
Yeah, nice.
You going to Token?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Token next week. So
Yeah, whole like
oh no, whole
sprint,
crew.
and then
Yeah,
back to
100%.
vacation.
Mate, it's gonna be so. But I look forward to it, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love the conference.
Yeah.
I'm living in Bali at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I think.
How are the floods?
Yeah. Oh, you saw them?
Yeah.
The video, man. They were like, they were crazy. But Canggu's fine, which is where I live, which is like where everyone in. Because did you used to live there for a bit?
No,
or?
no. I live in the region, so I go. I haven't been in since COVID, but.
Okay. You used to bounce around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, crypto people love it there. Like, it's very. Oh, good to go.
All right.
I'll do a just a quick intro, and then this is the first guest. So,
Yeah, cool.
so any technical problems? Probably.
Yeah. Where do you want me to look? Do you want me looking at you or the camera?
Yeah. Good to go. Where am I looking? Right.
Okay.
Middle. Yeah, cool.
All right.
We're live. Awesome. Welcome to the Cointelegraph live stream at Korea Blockchain Week. My name is Kieran. I'm a Cointelegraph journalist. We got loads of great guests coming and joining us here over the next couple of days at the conference. But obviously, our first guest needs no introduction. BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes.
How you doing?
Well, man, thanks for joining us. Man, when we announced you were coming on the live stream, a lot of our readers were very excited to hear about your new Ferrari.
So I get a text from the dealer, and it's like, yo, I got this new car, and there's the new Testarossa, and I was like, oh, this looks fucking sick, can't wait. So when is it available? Like, I don't know. I was like, okay, whatever. What's the price? I don't know. Whatever, okay. I mean, I'm definitely gonna get one for sure, but like, yeah, it looks sick.
And like, why Ferrari? Why not Lamborghini?
I have a Ferrari right now. I like the way it drives, so why not just stay in the family? I mean, I've driven a Lamborghini before. I don't have a strong preference. I'm a shitty driver, so it doesn't really matter.
Shitty driving?
Yeah.
Failed your driving test?
Yeah, I passed the second time.
Second time. I was 5 times in.
Yeah.
So don't how does this fit into your garage? Like, can you describe Arthur Hayes' garage?
I live in a condo, so it fits perfectly fine. It's easy.
Now, you bought it using the profits on the Hyperliquid tokens.
Well, I intend to when I can actually buy it. It's not even out yet.
It's not even, okay, so you sold the Hyperliquid tokens to kind of get ready for it, only a few weeks after saying it was going to pump 126x. I mean, did you genuinely believe that was going to happen?
I think people
pump the bags of it.
I think people need to understand timing and timeline, right? So my presentation that I gave in Tokyo said by 2028.
Yeah.
Today we are in 2025.
Yeah.
That Hyperliquid could pump 126x. And so I still believe that Hyperliquid has a potential by 2028 to get to these levels. But there is some very serious challenges that this protocol has. Number one, no or low fee competition, right? So now they've proven that DEXs are a thing, that retail wants to trade on a DEX and big size. Okay, and they charge a fee rate. And so because this technology, this is not the first DEX, it's not that difficult to build one. Yeah, maybe the marketing and all that sort of stuff is hard, but competitive, there's not a big competitive mode. The perpetual swap's been around since 2016. And the customer cares about fees, very fee sensitive, especially, and they're fee sensitive and they want a new token, right? They want the new, what's the new Hyperliquid? That's where I want to, Hyperliquid's, it's good, it did well, but I want the new Hyperliquid that's going to go up, 10 to 100x, right? So they're very incentivized to find the new platform that's got the cheaper fees, that's got the new token, that can do another 10, 100x in their portfolio after they get the airdrop. And so customer retention is very, very difficult. And so when I pulled up the DeFi Llama leaderboard over the weekend and I saw there's Lighter there, there's Astra. I didn't even know what the fuck Astra was 3 or 4 days ago. And now I kind of have an idea. Maybe or maybe not. CZ's gonna back it. I don't fucking know. But I do know I've been in the exchange game for a long time and I've seen what happens as a high cost exchange when somebody comes and undercuts you on price, right? And what do you do to defend your market share? Yes, of course, the overall market grows, which it could by 2028.
Yeah.
Hyperliquid could be in a good position. But the forward in the short term, when you've got $500 million a month of unlocks, potential sell pressure, and your buyback is predicated on revenue, which is getting undercut by somebody who's offering zero to low fee, then I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's time to take some chips off the table,
Yeah.
see how Hyperliquid performs. Can they figure out a way to defend their liquidity moat, and then jump back in afterwards, right? I'm not losing any. If Hyperliquid goes from 50 to 100, and I still think it's going to 5,000 in 2028, but I cut off the 50 to 25 situation,
Yeah.
and I could, and now I can even go back into 25, and still go to 5,000. Why wouldn't I take that as a precaution in terms of my portfolio management? This is why I'm a
100%.
chief investment officer, not a fucking muppet. And so,
So like
these are the type of decisions that we think about in
Yeah.
terms to optimize our portfolio performance for the amount of risk that we're willing to take given the current ecosystem.
So hype holders that are watching right now,
Yeah.
maybe they bought after your 126x prediction, hoping for a Ferrari themselves maybe.
But it might still be true in 2028. I don't know. Could be not.
So also, it's late September now as well. Time's ticking on the Bitcoin 250K prediction.
Yeah.
I mean, are we still going to get that?
I think so. I think we're in a bit of weakness. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the U.S. 10-year trades versus Fed funds. If you take a look at the chart since September 17th, the 10-year has rejected the Fed cut. The 10-year's up 14 basis points. I don't know what it is now since the cut. And which one's right? Are equities right? Because I pulled up my Bloomberg, NASDAQ and S&P were up on the day. Bitcoin is down. Which one's right? Equities or Bitcoin? Gold's up. But gold doesn't care about the short of it. Gold's saying I got central banks around the world who want to get out of the dollar, so I'm going to be good. Gold and silver, right? And I've been suppressed for so long, so it's not really worrying about whether or not the 10-year rejects the Fed or not. But
Yeah.
we're at this critical junction in equities. Which one's right? Bitcoin or equities? I don't know right now. But I do believe that money printing, and I just got off stage talking about how Trump investors are going to take over the Federal Reserve over the next 12 months, is going to accelerate, and that's how we get to this, $250,000 possibility for a year in Bitcoin.
I like the Fed just cut rates now in September, and the market's largely anticipating that they're going to do it again next month and potentially the following month again. I mean, do you think that's only going to help?
That helps, but what we really need is we need the supply of money to increase. We need quantitative tightening to stop. We need quantitative easing to start. We need the Fed to unshackle the banks so that they can lend again and create more credit. And this is what sort of the most recent board member appointed by Trump, Stephen Moran, has been advocating. He just got off an interview yesterday saying he thinks Fed funds is 2% too expensive. He also believes that they should have stopped quantitative tightening and started quantitative easing. That is what we need to really get the money printing going, and I think we just have to wait a bit longer for that.
Now, a hot debate within the industry as well is the 4-year cycle. Some are saying that Bitcoin is still following the cycle, and others are saying it's not even relevant anymore. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't like to be tethered to a particular time length in the cycle. I like to say the cycle lasts how long the cycle lasts. And I want to evaluate things as they come, right? In the same manner which I said hype was going to 126x by 2028, but I dumped my entire stack yesterday, right? So I think that we have to be flexible. I think that the money printing is structural, that this is a reordering of the world order, and every single participant wants to make sure that their population doesn't feel any pain and reduce the volatility by printing their own currency and handing out goodies to the people. America, China, European Union, Japan, etc. Right? So, and we're only going to have one of these situations once, right? These changes in monetary order are not every 4 years. There may be once in a few decades or once in a few generations. And so that's why I think we're at a unique moment where if in the past 4 years was a cycle, well, let's think about what is different about today's situation monetarily and say, do we still think that that applies? I don't particularly think so. But even if I'm wrong, I'm not saying, oh, it must be longer than 4 years, and therefore if the indicators point to it being a 4-year cycle, I'm not going to take profit on certain positions. I'm saying I'm going to stay flexible, but with I believe it's probabilistically more probable that we are not in a 4-year cycle, and we're in an extended cycle that's being extended by this aggressive money printing of fiat currencies around the world because of this structural monetary political world order change.
And you've also been quite bullish about ETH in recent times as well. You've been making big predictions for ETH. I mean, a lot of people generally tend to think after ETH pumps, altcoin season starts. Are we going to get a explosive altcoin season?
We've had a very explosive altcoin season, just depending on which you're in. Hyperliquid did very, very well, right? From $3 in a listen to whatever 60 that it got to. But obviously, most new issues have done very, very well. Ripple is Ripple above $3? It's close, right? That's insane. Ripple's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But again, it's up there. It's crushing it, right?
But I think as well, people want to know, are all the ships going to rise again?
I don't think so. I think that we've gotten more discerning in terms of how we allocate capital. We're not just giving money to a team that put up a website or a team that put up a paper or a team that does a farm, right? We're saying I want real users who pay real money, and I want that money to go to me as the token holder. And if you don't do those three things, I am not buying your token. If you're playing VC, FTV games like most of these tokens, I am not buying your token. And that's what we've seen. And there has been an alt season, but not in most of the dog shit that's out there.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Arthur. Appreciate your time. Cheers.
Awesome. All right, lunchtime.